Brawl Stars is a great game, but it definitely could be better. I'm going to give you 20 great ideas to improve Brawl Stars, including some big changes. Well, let's get into it. Now we have 20 great ideas to improve Brawl Stars from the community, but we probably can't add all of these ideas, so put your favorite one of these 20 down below in the comments so we can hopefully try and support it the most and get it in game from Supercell. And there's also going to be a little bonus at the end. All right, let's start off with the first great idea to improve Brawl Stars, and that would be being able to change brawlers on the end screen. I mean, one of the biggest problems in Brawl Stars is how difficult it is to play with randoms. Not only do you have no idea who you're playing with, but a lot of times your team comp is pretty bad as well because you didn't organize it at all beforehand. So if you could change your brawler on the end screen, this would be a great way to improve random matchmaking. You could all of a sudden be playing with randoms, find people you like playing with, and then maybe your team comp was bad, just click play again, change the brawler you're playing with, and all of a sudden, not only do you have a good team, but decent people to play with. It would definitely be a nice improvement to any sort of random matchmaking. Number 2, a scoreboard to show the kills and deaths after playing a match. Now, maybe it doesn't exactly have to be kills and deaths, but any sort of stats, I think on a scoreboard, maybe it's damage done to an objective or gems carried, gems lost. Any sort of objective-based stats at the least would be a great improvement. A lot of people have asked for stats to add to Brawl Stars, and I definitely think maybe even if it's just a small amount of stats, it would be a nice improvement to the game. Number 3, bridges. A big area I think Brawl Stars needs to continue to go in is adding more map modifiers to the game. Showdown was completely changed with their own event modifiers, but what I think they need to do for the 3v3 modes is like what they did in Minecart Madness. That was a map modifier, and that completely changed up how you played that game mode. I think they need to keep on going and adding more map modifiers. What about bridges? I think this could be a good way. I know probably most of the water maps are in Showdown, but there are some other maps with water. And in general, I think adding bridges and maybe even adding more maps with water just to add bridges, I think would be a great way to add a map modifier. Something that changes up the mode every single time you play it, I think would be a good thing to add. Just something that keeps it fresh as soon as you log on to Brawl Stars. Not only is it different every time for the game modes, but you can add on different map modifiers to change it up even more. Number 4, another map modifier idea, frozen water. Kind of similar, another way to walk over water, but also just completely different. I think you would probably only be able to add one of these. You could maybe add both, but they're kind of similar. But anything like this, another map modifier that just changes up the way you play, definitely need more of these. Number 5, siege modifiers. Let's be honest, I like siege, but it definitely needs some improvements. And I think this could be a potential way to make it more interesting and add more depth to each game. Siege is kind of a long game mode, and it feels like a lot of the same a lot of the times you play it. Adding siege modifiers could be a good way to make it more interesting. Having certain bolts either be worth more or add more attributes to the game that changes it up. Maybe even a bolt that just specifically adds more damage to the robot, so a bolt that's great to get at the end of a wave. Different sort of bolts. There's some great ideas here that would help change up the game. Kind of similar to a map modifier, or really just more similar to the Showdown event modifiers, I guess. Number 6, adding a map editor to the game. I think this is definitely a needed area for Brawl Stars to really improve. Maps in Brawl Stars is one of the best parts about it. You can change up maps really frequently and it keeps the game fresh. And a lot of the best ideas tend to come from the community. But if you add the map editor into the game, there's so much creativity and other things you can add to the game easily. All these players creating all these great maps and being able to share them with others. And then if you can even add on top of that and add the ability to play custom maps that you made in-game in friendly battles, would be fantastic. This is an awesome potential idea to add to the game that would completely change it up and make it so much more playable. And honestly, it would make me want to spend a lot more time in Brawl Stars. I would love to just be able to create maps in game, share them with friends, and then play them in friendly battles. That would be sick. Number 7, a club box. Let's be honest, Brawl Stars is really lacking in end game content. It really needs some big changes to keep people to playing Brawl Stars long term. The map editor would be a nice add, but it's not exactly a long term thing. A club box, some sort of reason to be engaged with your club mates and make friends and relationships and keep on playing the game is very needed. A club box is one potential way to do it. It's been suggested before, but I think something like this doesn't have to be a club box, but a club box is definitely a potential way to keep people playing, engage with other friends, and make it more about playing the game long term. Number 8, weekly rewards. Weekly rewards would be another great way to incentivize players to keep on playing long term. Not only, we do have like daily rewards sort of, although they're not that exciting. You can log in every day and get a free reward. Another way to keep players engaged and want to keep on playing throughout the week would be weekly rewards, where you can't just get them very easily. You have to play consistently over a decent amount of time, and certain challenges, they change up every single week. This is a great potential way to do it. You can even add in special event, like different things for whenever they have a special event. You could have an even better reward for that week. I think would be a great way, just another small thing to keep players want to keep on playing. Number 9, the ability to unlock skins in boxes. I think this could be a great thing to add to Brawl Stars. Brawl Stars, currently their monetization model is adding a lot of different skins. I think one thing you could do is add the ability to unlock skins in boxes. Now, let me say how I think that you should do it. First of all, I think a great way to do it would only allow the ability to unlock one skin in a box. You pick a skin that you want to be able to unlock in a box, and then you have a small % chance to get that skin every time you open a box. There's a ton of skins in Brawl Stars, so being able to unlock all of the skins in boxes would probably be not a great way to do it, but this could be another just small thing to add, another exciting thing to add to box openings, because to be honest, box openings are kind of boring the majority of the time. You just get power points and coins, and that's kind of it. But if you had another thing like this, make boxes more exciting and another way for free-to-play players to get cool skins, and you can choose maybe what ones you would want to get. Number 10, skin tokens. Now, if you don't add the ability to unlock skins in boxes, I think this is another good way to allow players to get skins for free, but they still got to work for it. You could have it either be, there's two ways you could do it. First idea is you could you could get skin tokens in boxes. But the way that this user suggested it is that for every brawler you have over 500 trophies, when the season reset happens, some of those trophies you lose get turned into skin tokens. So this would be more of an end game sort of feature. Another reason for players to keep on playing long term. All those brawlers you keep on pushing past 500, you could get skin tokens from the trophies you lose, and that way you could just turn them into skins for the future. I think this could be a good way to do it, although some of those really long-term players that just play hardcore, they might stop kind of spending money, because the main way you spend money at the end of the game right now is with skins. So maybe different ways you could do it, but just an ability to get skins for free, even if it's not that many skins, would be nice. Number 11, be able to buy themes in the shop. Okay, now this is a fantastic idea that I really, really want to see added to the game. I don't think you could probably have it cost coins. I'd probably have it cost gems, because Supercell really kind of needs more ways to monetize, I think, besides just skins and unlocking brawlers. But this would be so cool. A lot of the times we have holiday events where you have different background themes and different music in the game. If you could have the ability to purchase some of those themes, either the background and or the background music, I think would be so cool. A lot of those background themes were pretty cool, and it was a nice way to keep Brawl Stars fresh and just change it up every time you log in. I think this would be a nice thing to add. Just be able to buy it in shop for gems would be really nice. Just sort of like skins that have different themes you can buy in game, and different background songs would be sweet. Number 12, the Star Shop. As I said, Brawl Stars is definitely lacking end game content. This would be another way to incentivize higher trophy players to actually keep on gaining trophies. The Star Shop, all those trophies you lose at the end of the season for brawlers above 500 get turned into points or star points that you can use to buy stuff in the star shop, either like different skins or coins or tickets or boxes, whatever. You turn all those trophies you lose into actual rewards would be great. Currently, you lose those trophies and you really don't get that much. You get an end of season reset bonus for coins, but it's not even that much, and players don't need coins when you're maxed out. And a lot of those players who have all their brawlers above 500 are either maxed out or close to max out, and coins are starting to become not that useful. So adding a star shop, something like this, would be a really great way to incentivize players to keep on playing. 13, more stats for every brawler homepage. Look, people do like stats, and honestly, the amount of information available about every single brawler is definitely not anywhere near amount that I think it should be. Adding more stats like the exact range of every brawler, so you can actually know without, having a YouTuber like me having to tell you which range is longer, or without having to memorize it. You can just sort of figure out looking at the stats, the range, the reload speed, things like that, the movement speed of every single brawler. All those little brawler stats that add up to how good a brawler is and how they compare to other brawlers would be good stuff to actually know the exact details for. So adding them to the brawler pages would be a nice little bonus detail. 14, adding different matchmaking screens for different game modes. This is a pretty small idea, but it sort of goes back to being able to buy different themes. Just adding something different to change up Brawl Stars every day or every time you log in would be nice. So adding different background themes for different game modes would be pretty cool. And then also too, if you ever accidentally click the wrong game mode, well, this way you'll know right away, I guess. 15, custom brawler attack button. This is another small one, but would be pretty cool. Adding different custom icons to the button for attacking and supering for every single brawler would be a nice thing to add to the game. Just make it look a little bit more cool and a little bit more individualized for every brawler. 15, change the color of your attack icon in Brawl Ball every time you have the ball. Now you can either do this with the attack icon or the super icon, but I think this is a small change to Brawl Ball that would actually go a long way. There's a lot of times people accidentally pass the ball, or they don't realize that they have the ball while they're trying to attack someone. I mean, it's a very common strategy to throw the ball at your opponent in order to make it more difficult for them to attack, or either to make them waste their super. A lot of times people don't realize that exact moment that they have the ball. So making it easier to realize exactly when you have the ball would be a nice change. I think something like this, just a small icon difference, would be a great thing to add for Brawl. 17, a timer bar for energy drink and for Frank's star power. This is another small thing, sort of a quality of life addition, but I kind of think this is needed. They have a lot of other supers and star powers that are timed whenever they get used, and it shows the bar for how long it's lasting. Well, why not freaking add it for energy drink? That would be really needed. I mean, it's a common event modifier that people really like, and it would be nice to know exactly when that energy drink is going to end, so you can know how aggressive you really should be. And you may as well add it on for Frank's star power too. That's another one where knowing how long it lasts is definitely important, and it's going to change how aggressive you are as far as using it or whether to back up or not. 18, adding buttons for Brawl TV. This is another sort of small quality of life change, but I definitely think people would enjoy this one, and that's for Brawl TV, being able to choose what game modes you actually can watch. Not everyone wants to watch every single game mode, and you sort of don't really have a choice, especially with the new change for Brawl TV. And I think this would be a good way to be able to watch the game modes you want to watch, and that way you're probably going to watch Brawl TV even longer and even more, and you can learn more from it, because that way, a lot of people watch it for entertainment, but also to figure out what top players are doing. But if you're not watching the game mode you want to actually learn in, you're probably just going to leave. So I think this would be a good way to get people to stay longer and actually enjoy Brawl TV more. 19, adding more buttons for replays. This is another small change, but I definitely think it would help. First of all, adding a pause button, adding a rewind, and a fast forward would go a long way in replays. Because honestly, if you're looking at a replay, a lot of times there's a specific moment that you want to go back and watch. You don't usually want to watch the whole match. You got to often wait for that moment. So adding a fast forward would be great. And of course, a rewind for when you probably go past that moment and you need to go back to the start of it. So that would definitely be nice. Also, giving replays to more people, besides just being above 400 trophies, would be awesome. And the ability to save replays, maybe a small select amount, would be really cool too. Before the bonus, number 20, add gems to Trophy Road. Look, I really think this needs to happen, and I'm sure a lot of you agree with me. It doesn't need to be many gems, but please add gems to Trophy Road. I mean, first of all, the rewards on Trophy Road are honestly not that great and definitely should be improved. They're okay, I think. I mean, the beginning is pretty nice, but after that, it feels kind of lacking. So please add some gems, another way for free-to-play players to get 1 or 2 more skins. Now for the bonus, but also make sure to let me know which idea you think is the most important for Brawl Stars to add to the game down below in the comments. All right, first of all, Summer Jessie should be able to shoot beach balls. It would make so much sense. Also, look at this, dude. Imagine Summer Jessie shooting beach balls. It would be really cute. Jessie's already a great skin, Summer Jessie is, and adding beach balls to her orb not only does it make sense because they're very bouncy and Jessie's shots bounce, but of course it's Summer Jessie. So adding in a beach ball would just be perfect. Check out some other amazing ideas to improve Brawl Stars right over there. That's gonna be it for today's video though. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you later.